From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for December 10th, 2025. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. On the road in Pennsylvania on Tuesday, President Donald Trump tried to emphasize his focus on combating inflation, yet the issue that has damaged his popularity couldn't quite command his full attention. The president told the crowd gathered at a casino and resort in Mount Pocono that inflation was no longer a problem and that Democrats had used the term affordability as a hoax to hurt his reputation. But his remarks weaved wildly to include grievances he first raised behind closed doors in his first term in 2018 and later denied asking why the U.S. doesn't have more immigrants from Scandinavia. Let's see where this leads. Why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Trump said on stage, and I'm quoting, "Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few?" Trump said he objected to taking immigrants from hellholes like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, and other countries. He added for emphasis that those places are, quote, "a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime." Doesn't get much more racist than that, President Trump. Meanwhile, Governor Josh Shapiro and Utah Governor Spencer Cox spoke about political civility in Washington. As Trump was running his mouth in Pennsylvania, the state's Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro was in Washington appearing alongside Utah GOP Governor Spencer Cox at the National Cathedral for an event focused on political civility. Leaders have a responsibility to speak and act with moral clarity, Shapiro said, recounting the political violence that had occurred in his state, including an attempted assassination against Donald Trump and an arson attack at the governor's mansion. Cox also called for more productive political discourse. He said the impetus for that must come from voters rather than Washington. If we think that a president of the United States or a governor is going to change where we are at right now, we are fooling ourselves, he said. I truly believe that the people of our country are the ones who are going to have to change this. The event was interrupted several times by protesters who were escorted from the cathedral. Turning to news from Canada, Canada's ambassador to the United States for the last 6 years said Tuesday she's resigning next year as the two major trading partners plan to review the free trade agreement. Ambassador Kirsten Hillman said in a letter it is the right time to put in place someone who will oversee talks about the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement that is up for review in 2026. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said Hillman prepared the foundation for Canada in the upcoming review of the agreement. Carney noted she's one of the longest-serving ambassadors to the United States in Canada's history. Former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau appointed Hillman in 2017. She was the first woman appointed to the role. Hillman helped lead the trade negotiations during U.S. President Donald Trump's first term and worked with U.S. and Chinese officials to win the release of two Canadians detained in China. Well, to all you Oreo lovers out there, Oreo is bringing zero sugar cookies to the United States. Rejoice, New Year's dieters. Oreos are getting a sugar-free option. Mondelez said Tuesday, that's the president of the company, that Oreo Zero Sugar and Oreo Double Stuff, with only one F, Zero Sugar, will go on sale in the United States in January. They're a permanent addition to the company's Oreo lineup. It's the first time Mondelez has sold sugar-free Oreos in the U.S. They're already sold in Europe and China, the company said. Mondelez said consumers are increasingly seeking what it calls mindful indulgence, and the new Oreos will fill an existing gap in the market for sugar-free sandwich cookies. Others have also noted that the trend toward healthier snacks, in a report earlier this year, the market research company Circana found that a majority of Americans are seeking out snacks that they consider good for them. Conagra Brands, which makes popcorn and Slim Jim meat snacks, said in a recent snacking report that millennials and Gen Z consumers in particular are seeking portion-controlled and wellness-focused snacks. And that's our newscast. If you would like to hear more news throughout the day, check out the PEP Radio channel on YouTube for news in both English and German. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Study hours for this week and next will run from 6:30 p.m. until midnight. Regular programming will resume December 26th. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.